Howdy, my name is John Chapa. I'm a senior reporter for the battalion, and with me today is Vice President of the Association of Former Students and former A&M student, class of 1990, Mr. Scott Walker.
Howdy, glad to be here.
Yes, thank you for joining me.
Absolutely.
Can you first talk about the origins of Ring Day and its significance?
Sure. The origin of Ring Day was when Porter Garner, the CEO of the Association of Former Students, wanted to make the delivery of the Aggie ring as important as the ring is itself to Aggies. Up until the year 2000, there was no Ring Day. The association would call you and say, your ring is ready, and you would come by and pick it up and sign a receipt, and off they'd hand you a box and off you'd go. And he thought that given how important the ring is, there should be some celebration worthy of such a momentous accomplishment. And so he said, we're going to create a thing called Ring Day, and we're going to celebrate this achievement. And that first year, it was small. People camped out on the front porch of the Association of Former Students. Here we are 23 years later, and it's a much bigger deal. It is one of the premier milestones of any Aggie's academic career, and it's way too big for people to be camping out on our lawn. So we have a lot more logistical support and volunteers that go into it than we did in 2000.
Absolutely. And so how many students this year will be receiving their Aggie ring?
We will distribute approximately 4,300 rings here at the Williams Alumni Center in College Station. In total, we'll distribute about 4,900. That includes the other A&M campuses in Galveston, Cutter, McAllen, Law School. It also includes some former students who are buying replacement rings for ones that they have lost. So about just short of 5,000 total.
Wow. And so that exceeds last year's Ring Day that took place in September here in Aggie Park for the first time. I noticed that you will actually have 2 Aggie Ring Days this September. Does this number necessitate the need for that?
It does. And when you factor in the fact that each one of those 4,000, 5,000 students is going to bring 7, 8, 9, sometimes 20 people with them, it is tens of thousands of people coming through our building, and stretching that out over the course of 2 days makes it easier to manage logistically. It also makes it safer for everybody involved, not having to pack people in so tight into the building, not having crowds packed so tight when it's hot outside like it is now. This is the first September Ring Day that has lasted for 2 days. It's technically a day and a half. We start at 1 o'clock on Thursday. We end at 5 o'clock on Friday. September is the second biggest Ring Day of the year. April is the biggest Ring Day.
Okay.
And we've been doing 2 days of Ring Day in April since 2015, I believe. The only other times we've had multiple days of Ring Day was in the COVID year of 2020 in September. We actually had a ring week because we could only have a certain number of people in the building at the time because of the rules that were in place.
Right. How far in advance does the association plan ahead of Ring Day?
So our last Ring Day was ended at 5 o'clock on April 14th, and so we started planning this Ring Day at 5 o'clock on April 14th.
Wow, okay.
We are already, and really even before one of these events is over, we're already making notes about what we're going to fix or do differently or do better next time. It's really a nonstop It's really a nonstop process because we're always planning the next Ring Day. There's actually 6 every year. Right. The 3 big ones that everybody knows about in April, September, and November. And then there's 3 smaller ones in May, August, and December. So we're always planning Ring Day.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Can you detail the Aggie schedule, what students will need in order to receive their ring the day of?
Sure. What students need to remember to bring with them, the most important thing to bring with them is their identification, and we need 2 forms of it, and they should bring their ring ticket. So everybody has to pull a ring ticket that determines what time you get to have your ring delivery, and what a ring ticket looks like is that.
Okay.
And so there's a number on here and a group time and a station number. So the time and the group number determines when they will enter the building. The station number determines where in the building their specific ring is waiting for them. And when they get inside and they get to that station, they'll need to show ID. Mm-hmm. And there's 4 acceptable forms of ID. Your student ID, your passport, your driver's license, or your ring receipt, which is different than a ring ticket.
Okay.
That's the thing they get on the day they ordered the ring that confirms that they paid for it. So we need 2 of those.
Okay, noted. And what other festivities are taking place in addition to Ring Day, say, here in Aggie Park?
Sure, we have the Ring Day Marketplace out in Aggie Park. So Kendra Scott will be there. We have Texas Aggie artist Benjamin Knox, class of 1990, and other vendors here, just to make it a more of a festival atmosphere, give people the opportunity to buy some refreshments and buy souvenirs related to the day. Of course, there's an official Aggie Ring Day t-shirt and lots of other stuff. So it's also very safety oriented. That's the thing we care most about, is keeping people safe. So we will have EMS on site. We will have police on site. We put a lot of effort into making sure that everybody's Ring Day is going to have a happy ending.
Awesome. Other universities, especially in Texas, have sort of adopted their own Ring Day. CNF Austin, say, has Ring Dip Day. University of Texas now has a Ring Day as well. How does Texas A&M remain unique in encompassing the tradition of the Aggie Ring and hosting Ring Day?
Sure. Unless you went to a military academy, Texas A&M pretty much invented the concept of a Ring Day. And ours is certainly the largest. Nobody anywhere in this country has as large of an Aggie Ring program or as large of an Aggie Ring Day as Texas A&M does. And that's in large part because of the uncommon loyalty of Texas Aggies and the burning desire to earn that Aggie Ring. Roughly 94% of undergraduates who qualify to earn an Aggie Ring do actually order one. That is exponentially higher than any other university in the country. And the ring itself and Ring Day both have become just part of the milestones of any Aggie's time at Texas A&M.
Yes, sir. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you would like to mention or remind Aggie students ahead of Ring Day?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we want to reinforce with everyone is that there is no script for how Ring Day and how ring delivery goes once you receive the ring. You get inside the building, we're going to check your ID and your receipt, and we're going to hand you that box. You don't have to do anything right here in the building. You can take that box, slip it in your pocket of your purse, go home, bring all your friends and family there, and have your own private ceremony, however you want to do it. Given the weather and other conditions surrounding Ring Day, that might be a better choice for some people. It's going to be mid-90s. It's going to be very hot, very sunny. Everybody has to walk. There's no parking here at our building. Everybody's going to walk at least half a mile, if not more. They're going to have to ride a shuttle bus to get here before they start walking. They need to wear comfortable shoes. They need to drink a lot of water ahead of time. But there's some people for whom that's really just not a good way to ask them to spend their afternoon. Maybe it's your grandmother who's not in the greatest of health. Maybe it's somebody that has a mobility challenge, or they've been sick and they don't have good stamina. We encourage the students to really think about that. We know that they have a large group of people that they want to celebrate their Ring Day with them, but think about how you can do that safely and comfortably for the people in your family. And maybe it's better to ask Grandma and Grandpa and all the cousins and everybody to meet you at your apartment and get the ring and take it there and have the celebration so that they don't have to come here, fight the crowds, ride the bus, stand in the heat. The time here is actually pretty brief. Once you get inside, you're only going to be in the building about 10 minutes. And so it is not necessary to bring the whole family here if you cannot do that safely. They're welcome. You can bring as many people as you want, but we want you to think about whether you can do that safely.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Walker, that wraps up all the questions I had for you. Thank you for your time, and good luck with hosting this year's momentous occasion.
Okay. Thank you, John.